Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As part of today's video, we are going to talk about what are entities in Sitecore Content Hub. So in entities you can relate with items in Sitecore. So in Sitecore we say everything in Sitecore is an item. Similarly in Content Hub we can say everything in Content Hub is an entity. So entity you can basically think of as a data model, right? It's just a data model which you can which you use in your system. So here you can see like we have from the menus you can see like we have products, we have content, assets, collection, project, create, review, DRM, right? And many more you can create on your own. So all these different pages whatever we see in the menu are directly or indirectly related to some of the one of the entity which is available in the system there. So in order to view the available entities from the platform, what we can do is we can quickly go to our manage area, and on the manage area just search for entities, and on the entities you can see, so these are the different entities which are available from the system, right? So frequently make use of m.asset, and sometimes we also make use of PCM dot product. Again, that depends on if you're using that module or not, but yeah, these are different entities which are available for you to use. And normally whenever we create a DRM rights profile we create, or whenever we create a new collection, we create a new search, so everything whatever we do in the system, whenever these background processes runs in, so everything is backed up by one of the essay of one of the entity or schema for that sake, right? So entities, by let's see, when we say entities, so entities by itself is not enough, right? So entities is basically a collection of metadata and properties, right? And all those things we basically set as part of your schema. So we set and configure these properties as part of a schema, which is a combination of other reference fields also, like your taxonomies, your option list, and several other things. And based on these schema we make use of we go for these entities, right? So now let me just quickly go over m.asset. So if I go to m.asset entity, so these are the different entities which are already available based on that specific type, m.asset entity type. And from here if I go to one of the asset, like if I click on this view detail, you can see these are the different sections which are available for that, and these are all coming from your m.asset schema. So basically we go for a schema, and based on specific schema we go with an entity, and whatever we create in the system is all based on, we call it as an entity there, right? So here so the different set of fields what we created on m.asset schema, so we can see all those fields here also, right? And this is specific to one of the entity which we selected from our previous step. So here the custom asset property section which we created, we can just click on this edit, and then we can make some changes there as and when required based on our requirement. We can again click on content, make some changes there, and then we go from there. So that is one way where we can view our entity and we can make some changes there. So that is an administrator view, I would say. The second view for our entity is more content friendly view, and for that we can quickly go to any one of the entity or one of the asset. So let's just go to this one, and here you can see like this is an asset detail page, and on the asset detail page on the left hand side we have these renditions. On the middle section we have overview section, custom asset properties, several other things from that section, and on the right hand side we have system properties, we have digital rights profiles sections. So all those things we can see here, right? So this is also an entity which is part of one of the schema, which is m.asset schema, and here we see all those properties here, and where content authors can come make some changes based on their requirement and all that thing. But the primary difference between this view and this view is that let's say if we have 50 properties which are defined as part of a specific entity, and out of those 50 properties, let's say there are close to 20 properties which gets executed based on some validation rules. So those 20 properties also, there are chances we may or we may not see on this specific view. Again, that depends on the type of user we are, and other rules which we have already set for that, right? But on the administrator view, we are going to see all those 50 property, irrespective of which user we are into. As long as we have permission to view this page, we are going to see all those 50 properties here. So there are no validation rules which gets run against the administrator mode, because by design we are into administrator mode. So we are supposed to see all the properties here without any constraint. But here, yeah, we can see all those things. But if as a user you're allowed to see everything, you will see everything. Or if you have some constraints, depending on your user profile or some certain other field properties rules which you have set, you are not going to see all things which are set accordingly. So this is the primary difference. Otherwise, this is more user friendly view, and this is more administrative. It is more raw view for you. There is one more view which you can use, and that is an API view. And for that, let's just quickly check here and just change this to API slash entities. And if I go here, so what we see, like, this is an API view. So this is the important part here, right? This is an entity. So anything whatever we do here is we get this entity ID on the URL, like 30494 in this case. And here also we see 30. I think this is the different entity which we have opened, and this is a different entity which we have opened. Yeah, but everything, whenever we open a specific page in Content Hub, it comes with an entity ID, and we can use this entity ID in API slash entities. Provide your entity ID and get the result out here, like your ID, identifier, cultures, your property names, then who approved it, then properties, different properties of your asset, then different conditions, your metadata, your preview. Then you have other informations like the relation, like asset source, asset type. So there are different things which you can see here. So these are the three different views what we have. One is your editor view, which is more user friendly, but it gets executed against if you have some validation rules, it basically gets like it will get executed here. This is a raw view or administrator view, where you're going to see everything irrespective of any validation rule which you have set in your system. And this is the API view, and this is primarily used by developers by in their developer activity. Like if they want to pull something from the system based on some entity ID, get the data, make some changes, and push it back to the system, so they make use of these API slash entities, and then get the related data from the system. So guys, yeah, that is what I just wanted to cover as part of today's video. I hope you have some information about what entities now, and then going forward we'll have some more videos coming in from which are more developer focused, so where you'll get more idea about how things work in Content Hub in terms of from the developer side of it. So if you guys have any questions around what are entities and how it works, feel free to reach out and we can take it forward from there. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And guys, yeah, just one more thing, if you haven't subscribed for this channel, please do so. Thanks guys, thank you, have a great day.